And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to Koi Place Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are back up and open. Either message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we'll set it up, okay? So, Taurus, what are we looking at in this round of reads? This is going to be your ATC As Things Change read. At time of recording, this is around the end of June going into July, so that kind of transitional period. And long story short, as things change from one month to the next, one time period, etc., we are going to be looking at how energies shift. It used to be aces on top, tens on bottom, first and last, but I feel more comfortable doing it as the fives, which is like the middle ground in between the minor arcana, whereas the fives are cards of conflict, each defined by every element: water, earth, fire, and air, cups, pentacles, wands, and swords, respectively, right? Instead of kind of beating around the bush to try to grasp every aspect of the problem, we just dive headfirst right in, right? What do we get when we try to engage with the conflict immediately, and what insight can we glean thereafter? So, Taurus, as we're able to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, even if it's difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you or mislead you. Trust me, I have about 12 signs to work with and none of the time to lie to any of them, right? Instead, we lay our cards out on the table and get our back, and we're in the sunshine. We talk about it because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one, yeah? So follow along with me in your read today, Taurus, this ATC read, and yeah, let's see what the cards say. Oh, that dog is still barking. My gosh. Let's start off with the Five of Cups. So those cards we need to see, please, upon the Five of Cups in Taurus's read. What are the cards we need to see, please, upon the Five of Cups in this read today? Okay, starting off, okay. That's interesting. Judgment. House. So, what is the lesson to be learned here? The issue of confusion, the Two of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Okay. So there's an ongoing issue that you have kind of in and out involvement in, and either you do it or you don't, right? The bigger lesson here, beyond the Eight of Cups, which kind of represents you making an active choice to walk away, is actually committing to it. And I think that Five of Cups, realizing, the weight that it takes, the weight that it kind of bears upon you, Taurus, of making that decision, it's because you always seem like you're almost there, right? Which causes more confusion because it's almost as if, we take a magic pill or a magic potion and then all of a sudden all the problems get solved, right? If we just did this one thing, then maybe everything will conclude. However, with what I'm seeing, especially with that Judgment, which is the second highest of all the major arcana, insinuates this idea that, okay, I'm causing my own confusion here, but I'm like halfway in, halfway out, and therefore what am I left to do, right? It's not necessarily that we haven't been trying or haven't been making our decisions, but what does it look like to commit fully? What does it mean to live in that space, right? So, interesting that we're growing, kind of, I don't want to say the word resentful, but we're starting to lament the process because we're realizing how much it weighs on us and maybe the totality of whatever we're trying to accomplish. So let's then move on to the Five of Pentacles. So those cards we need to see, please, to find that Five of Pentacles in the read. What are the cards we need to see, please, to find the Five of Pentacles in the read today? into the notion of feeling left out or left behind. Chariot. Okay. Card of Cancer. We are moving into Cancer season. Well, we are in Cancer season technically as of right now. So that is good. Why so? The Knight of Swords. Okay, so the intentionality of action and the Ten of Cups. Okay, like I was saying earlier, and that's why I couldn't understand why we felt so just emotionally drowned and distanced from what we wanted. It's either we do or we don't, right? It only reiterates now under the Five of Pentacles, Taurus. With the Chariot, the overall journey, right? Once we start, we cannot stop. The Knight of Swords, the intentionality of action. How do we get from point A to point B? And then the Ten of Cups coming out. Upon all that combined underneath the Five of Pentacles, we are harmonizing to where we should be and or could be, right? These are the experiences that culminate, that basically show you, this is what life is all about, right? Now, having that all underneath the Five of Pentacles right now, it's, again, very much in or out. Are we doing this? Are we not? Right? That's just where it's at. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's the understanding that, hey, this could be a lot different. Are we going to fully commit? Because right now, I think the patterns of we'll start, we'll stop, we start, we stop, maybe I will, maybe I won't, it's only going to get you the previous result and kind of lock this path out from you, right? So when we engage in conflict, I need that Five of Wands, shows cards we need to see for these sort of thing. Seven of Wands sideways. Okay, good. I'll explain what the sideways version of that card means in a second, but that is very good to see. What else for Taurus in this read today? Other cards we need to see, please, for Taurus in this read. Okay, Temperance. Card Sagittarius, myself, Page of Swords. Okay, so we're open to learning. And the Seven of Wands, how do I put this? The Seven of Wands represents defensiveness, either decision, emotionally, or otherwise, right? In the upright version of it, we're too guarded. We can't let anything in. Nothing crosses this line right here that we set. It doesn't allow for any room to budge or be open to anything else. In the reverse, we let our guard down. We drop our reasons for pretense. We try to listen, try to understand, try to absorb, even if we don't like it. Sideways, we are in the process of doing so. And with that Page of Swords coming out, the understanding that, yeah, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know everything just yet, but I'm willing to get there. And now with Temperance, hoping that with a better attitude comes a better application of our talents and our uses towards time. I think this conflict of the in and out is not sustainable for you, Taurus. That's the first. But the second, you are not simply starting and stopping, whether that be a project or, something else, could be, a decision to move, all these different things. You're starting, you're stopping, but you also notice you're getting a little bit ahead more so each time. The thing is, and I think this is what it's starting to show to you, is that you become less afraid, less guarded, less defensive the more that you do it, right? Not just turning on and off, but actually going through that process of completion, okay? And last, to the Five of Swords. Show us cards we need to see, please, for the Five of Swords in this read. The Taurus and their ATC. Ooh, nice. Thing is, it didn't fly out and hit the table, so I can't take. Show us cards we need to see, please, upon the Five of Swords. Again, very nice cards, but cannot take unless it hits the table. Upon the Five of Swords, the Taurus and their read. Devil, card of Capricorn. Okay, so our internal vices and things that, and I think this has been established enough throughout the read, Taurus, that I don't really have to clarify that further, but for the sake of argument, the devil underneath that Five of Swords, giving us to our worst vices, our old habits that don't honestly serve us to where we want to go. Queen of Swords, knowing full well what we're doing, even if it's regressive behavior. And last, the Eight of Swords, the notion of powerlessness. The thing is, we're not powerless. We're actually very much in a space of opportunity and control right now. So the Eight of Swords, if used to its logical conclusion, show us we're not helpless at all. They're just decisions we don't like to make. And the decision that we don't like to make, the uncomfortable one, is the one that's going to cause us the most amount of change. Underneath it all, Two of Wands, intentionality and making a plan. What is the final goal here? Because we've seen a lot of in and out from the beginning of the read, and now towards the end point amongst all the fives, it still suggests that no, this is an opportunity for me. I can very much, speed up this process, but right now I'm more comfortable in my vices rather than my development, and that's just what I'm seeing on the read right now, Taurus. Okay, that's fair enough. And underneath all the fives, give a card for, there we go. So underneath the Five of Cups, we got Temperance coming out again. That all of our worries, stress, and anxieties, everything can and will eventually change with time. Okay? Because again, we're trying to learn the lesson, and I do commend you for that. Next, what else lays underneath the fives in this read for Taurus? Show us the cards that we need to see, please. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. If we do not pursue our dreams are not going to be pursued by anybody else. Right? Simply put, this opportunity, whatever you're, opening up that gate for, trying to work towards, it's not going to be there for you if you don't make the leap for it. Okay? That is fair enough. It requires more than just one. All of this requires more than just one, okay? To the Five of Wands, Nine of Swords, still more intentionality of action. We need to become less defensive about, well, it's not that bad if I just wait another day, and just say, no, there's no reason for me to wait another day. Why are we doing this? And move forward in that regard. And underneath the Five of Swords, the Empress. And very interesting that the most loving, endearing, and the most productive and highest and best version of ourselves comes after we get real, brutally honest about why we like our vices more than our dreams. What are we trying to aim for, Taurus? Our comfort or our evolution? Underneath it all, Nine of Swords. Okay, good. Now we're starting to be more honest. The anxiety, the fears, all that stuff starts to come out when we get more honest about what we are capable of doing versus the efforts that we have shown. Okay, and last, resolution. As we move towards resolution, first find the major arcana strewn across the table in this read for Taurus. We'll start with Judgment and push forward. Why Judgment? What's imperative to know of Judgment in this read? So those cards we need to see, please, for Taurus in this read today. King of Swords. Yeah, you have the capacity to not only accomplish a lot more, but just simply do it a lot faster and a lot better. What does it look like when we dedicate ourselves in that way? Okay, next. Chariot, Ten of Pentacles. We know that this could be the opening of a lot of different opportunities for us. Why are we still holding ourselves back? Next to the Temperance, Death. And here, death being a good thing, in that the cycle must end, the pattern must break, right? The only way that transformation can come in is that if an old cycle comes to some form of an end. Easiest way I can put it. You will get there. We'll learn eventually to turn that Seven of Wands completely upside down and not restrain ourselves from the opportunities that may be. But it comes when we embrace that transformation fully. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. To the Devil, Temperance. I think this come out 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 separate times. Eventually, the soul will heal. However, putting that underneath the Devil there, we keep on delaying the action unintentionally. We're saying it'll always be tomorrow. There'll always be another tomorrow. And while that may be true, some of this stuff can be done today, Taurus. right? We want to stay in alignment with what we're actually aiming for. To Temperance over here, Four of Swords. Yeah. You don't have to be anxious or, kind of self-discriminating or self-hating at the worst for things to change. It just takes a dedication and wherewithal to say, no, this is where I'm going now, and this is what I dedicate myself to. Underneath the Empress, Two of Cups. Okay. And what you want eventually finding you back. I didn't really get that in a romantic sense across this read. However, if that's really what you're aiming for, then sure, let that happen as it should. I read that more so as what you choose will start to show its benefits and its interest in you that when you start to show the best of yourself, right? It's a feedback loop. And in resolution, a new opportunity awaits with the Ace of Pentacles. And this you know full well, the Queen of Swords. Underneath it all, Five of Pentacles. This fear of being left behind, being impoverished, the saying that I'm not good enough, or at least materially is not showing. So what do we see in your read today, Taurus? I'm looking at somebody who is getting closer and closer to a stage of evolution, but right now they're jumping in, jumping out, halfway in, halfway out. And what it shows is that you need more intentional action to accomplish what you know you're capable of. The skill is there, but right now the efforts are inconsistent. And because of that, it's not adding up to where you want to go. Where's the proof and where's the evidence? In the underneath and everything that we're aiming for, I think our halfway in, halfway out disposition is just another defensive mechanism to cover up the fact that we're scared, what happens if it goes wrong? We'll only know if it goes wrong if we go through with it. But halfway in, halfway out is a false guarantee that if I don't put myself fully into it, then it won't fully hurt me if it doesn't go right. It's hurting you right now because you're halfway to a progress that you could have been the whole way through by now. I want you to dedicate yourself, really grind in, lock in, say, this is what we got to do, and do it. You'll be surprised what you find when you get there. That's what I got in your read today, Taurus. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, it's hard to move forward without, any guidance, any rule book, but it gets even harder when we don't make any movement at all. So it's your choice. I'll see you around, okay? Take care.